The research method and thinking pattern I learned in NOIC's classes was very helpful in my university, especially in first year. Many course materials was actually I learned in NOIC. This helped me to adjust to the university life.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
I would say that the mentors and teachers were very responsible and they kept monitoring our study life in the school. For the mentors, we have a very close relationship with our mentors. They kept ask about our study progress and ask us if we have any difficulties in study. And it's not just only for study, it's also like they also ask if you have any difficulties in your life. This especially help us international students to adjusting to a new life in this new country. And for teachers, when we have any problems, we can ask them anytime. They're very patient to ask problems you have. So I think we have a very close relationship with mentors and teachers. So this is what I appreciate most. I would say like they have a very good communication between teachers and mentors and your parents. So this is actually a system monitors in an individual students on their life and their study. So like if there's any problems, the student will talk to the mentors and the mentor will have a communication with their parent. So we know that parents talk more to their students, to the students. So like I think this system actually helped us to improve our study and also take care of our own life because most of our students are living alone in a new country. So there are many concerns from parents. This system, I think, will help parents to relieve and it will also like monitor our progress. I would say that NOIC Academy integrates language test courses such as TOEFL and IELTS and the OSSD diploma. So this is very convenient, especially for our international students. We have this pressure on language tests to apply to Canadian universities and other foreign universities. So this helps us to balance the preparation of language tests and our regular high school courses. We don't need to spend more time on commuting to another place to learn else. And our teachers in OIC, they are very they're like experts in those language tests. We have very detailed plan on how to planning on your learning language tests while balancing your studying in your high school courses. And also they will make appointments on the test places. So this actually save our time on those technical process. And I think it's very helpful for us. I would say open, collaborative, and easygoing. So for open, I think in OSC, we are taught that we need to open to new ideas and we need to understand that people, they are from different backgrounds, so they have different stand and opinions. Instead of restricting to our own thought, we are willing to listen. And also our school has a debate club. So it's like you need to have one opinion and the other one, which is opposite. So this is actually like an open environment. And the second one is collaborative. We have many teamwork in the courses and also like in those school exercises. So this actually taught us we need to cooperate to other students, cooperate with your teachers to achieve a higher achievement. And the third one I said is easygoing. Like I said before, we have a close relationship between with our mentors and teachers. So if our students' advice is fair, the upper level in the school, they will listen. I think NYC is not an autocratic school. So we have a very relaxed and easygoing environment. Our students are willing to communicate to the students, school staff, and your mentors, your teachers. So this make our student life quite easy. I would say that they're hardworking and have very strong communication skills. I mentioned before that our school is quite rigid on study. So like the students in NOIC, they're quite focused on their marks and how to improve or their study habits, like their study progress. So they spend many times on study, doing homework very carefully, and if they have any questions, they're willing to ask teachers to improve themselves. There are also like advice from your classmates in your mentor group in your courses. So I think students in OIC is very hardworking. And the second thing I said is strong communication skills. In, within the school, we have many opportunities like in your courses to communicate to your classmates and your teachers. But outside of school, for example, the volunteer opportunities, we can get touched to schools from students from other schools, or for example, or like people from the society. So like we have a variety chances to communicate not only with our with students, with people with our same age, but like for example, people with more experience in society. So this exercise of communication, and I think all as the students have very strong communication skills. I would say the first thing is dialectical. Like each coin has two sides. For example, in our academic assignment, even if you favor one argument, you still need to discuss the limitation of it. And also in our university applications, there's like pros and cons of each university and their programs. For example, a famous school with higher ranking is like attractive to your parents, maybe, but usually the school has very large classes and they will maybe less focus on individual students. So if you think this outweighs their higher rankings, then maybe you choose to go to a smaller school. This actually happened in a student I know. And second thing is respect. Even we have a close relationship with some mentor and teachers, respect is very necessary. Sometimes students have conflicts with the teachers. Then in this case, our mentors will give suggestions. And if the case became worse, the mentors will help mitigate the problem. It's not only the respect with your teachers and mentors, there's also respect with your classmates. For example, if your classmates points out that your argument has a weakness, or if you just disagreement, there's no quarrel. Like you still need to respect the right of like saying his argument, right? So I think respect is very important, I think. I would say that there are many cultural activities. First, there are Chinese cultural activities because like most students are from China. So, for example, in the Spring Festival, we watch the Spring Festival gala together, and also in the Mid Autumn Festival, we share mooncakes together. This reminds us of our root and cherish our traditional culture. But on the other hand, we also have Canadian culture. For example, in the Black History Month, we have many posts on our billboard which educate us of the Black history. So I think we're not educated with bilingual, with two languages, but we are also educated with two cultures. This actually surprised me because I didn't experience such environment before. Yeah, and I think this is an advantage in studying in NOIC. Yeah, I think so. Like, for example, for the thinking pattern, after I experienced the dialectical thinking pattern in NYC, now I view things as two sides. There's pros and cons on everything. It's not only in academic, but also impact how I make decisions in my life. So, like before I make a decision, I will see the pros and cons and which one outweighs the other. This is one. And the other thing I think is openness. So in NYC, we experience two cultures. We experience different opinions from different students with their backgrounds. I think you understand more, and this will help you to like be open to new ideas. I think nowadays there are many judgments, but many judgments are not based on real experience. I think if you don't experience by yourself, the judgments are actually quite invalid and sometimes sounds very restrictive. I think we should have a broader view on the world, and this is actually what I learned from NYC. I would say, like, to be honest, when I was in NYC is just two floors in a building, and there's no playground and gym. So I think even though we have like study and extracurricular, I actually think I lack physical exercise there. But now they are moved to a new location with a very fantastic campus. Now they have playground and gym and hall, so it has already changed and became better. So before I went to NYC, I was in Chinese high school. So Chinese high school has very large classes with many classmates, and we have like music and art class and PE classes. When I was in NYC, I was in the IB diploma, and IB diploma only chooses 6 courses. So in this case, music and art was like they have less priority, so I didn't choose them. And also I mentioned before they have no playground, so it's like you're merely studying. So I was think it was kind of boring when I was entering NYC. But after a few months, I found out that the smaller class was actually helpful with building a closer, warmer relationship with the classmates and with your teachers. My class only had 5 students, and in fact, my best friend in university now is actually a classmate I know in OIC. So this is like a more warmer environment for me. And also the research method and thinking pattern I learned in NYC's classes was very helpful in my university, especially in first year. Many course materials was actually I learned in NYC. This helped me to adjust to the university life. So when I reflecting back now, I think the study life in NYC was really helpful and useful. I think like for me, I have a connection with my roommates and with the classmates I know from my mentor school with my regular classes, even for now. I know that other students, they still have this friendship with their classmates knowing in NYC. So I think NYC students have deep connections with their friends and also with their teachers. For example, in the Spring Festival, I still send wishes to my mentors. Yeah, so I think this actually is a good connection. I think the first one is the mentorship program. So the close relationship between students and mentors is the biggest reason I will recommend of NYC. These mentors, they really care about your study and your life. They're like a bridge of communication between students with teachers and between students with their parents. They have detailed plan on university application. This is helpful, especially for our university students who may not know the technical process of applying for the universities. And the second reason I think is NOIC is rigid on study. So their teachers help you, their mentors help you, their mentors will monitor you. So if you really want to study hard and be admitted to a top university, these teachers and mentors will help you with their best efforts. And also your classmates' advice and suggestions. After all, they are studying the same course with you, and you can learn many from your classmates. Even though we have extracurricular activities to relax and build a more comprehensive development, I still think NYC is more focused on study. The third reason I think will be social network. So the university recruitment and alumni will come to share the university experience and help you think of your university choices. And there are volunteer opportunities for you to get in touch with experts from various fields and people in the society. So I think these three reasons are what I recommend for NYC. I would say that think about their kids' autonomy. So if their kids have very high autonomy on study and managing his or her own life, they will adjust to NOSC very quickly. But if they're not, there's still mentors for them to. They will have intensive communication between mentors and the parents. To be honest, yeah. So I think autonomy, if the kids have, that will be great. But if they don't have, well, there's still mentors to help. And also, like they have not only on study, but also like uh, various extracurricular activities. They have many clubs now, not only for like art ones. They are also have those physical ones like basketball clubs. Yeah, I think this one are very attractive. And also, the teachers and mentors are really nice and warm. For example, when my mom came to NYC with me, my English teacher said hi to her and she hands with her, even though that was the first time they met. So this actually have a very good image of NYC in my mom's. So yeah, I think these are those attractive points. I would say like use your network in your school fully. So if you have any question in students and life, don't afraid and just ask your teachers and mentors. They will have plenty suggestions, advices, and also ask your classmates in your class and in your mentor group. They are all very kind, they are very warm, and your communication with them will build your connections and will help you to adjust to a new school. So just make friends and improve study and thinking, manage your time and your life well. While I was attending, I actually think our mentor, like my mentor said to me, because I was quite an introvert person. So when I was getting to a new environment, I was usually sitting alone. So my mentor said to me, "Oh, you can talk more to your classmates in your mentor group because each mentor group has their own classroom. So you have this environment you just talk to them. There are people with in your same age. They're very easygoing. And actually, one classmate in my mentor group was a friend of my roommate. That's how I built the first connection in NYC. And after that, she introduced her friends to me. So I think the piece of advice from my mentor is really helpful.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.